All right, what's happening, everyone? Corey here with the Long Island Lacrosse Journal. My boy Chris Gray. Chris, how we feeling, my man?
Good. Thanks for having me.
It's good to have you on. Love the quarter zip. That little heel logo, sweet. That's gonna look nice on the video conference. So let's talk a little bit, man. How are you holding up over there? I know with the season kind of being abruptly cut short, tough for a lot of student athletes all across the country. But for you, how are you kind of like responding to this whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking it one day at a time. It's definitely weird, not playing and not being in season. But I mean, it's unusual times we're going through, so everyone's kind of going through it together and kind of just going about classes and trying to stay in shape as best as I can.
Yeah, what's the leadership on the team like? Like I know, like you said, it's like a weird thing that people can't really like prepare for, but how have maybe some of like the senior leaders on your team or just the leadership in general at Carolina kind of stepped up and said like, hey guys, like here's how we're gonna get through this together.
Yeah, I mean, the senior leadership at this year that the senior had was just incredible. A lot of our success was kind of because our captains and the whole senior class was just there's just all such great kids and such great athletes, so they're a great class to follow. Um, and I mean, yeah, I definitely think from the freshmen, the sophomores, and the juniors, everyone's really looked up to them and this whole process, and just seeing how well they handled it definitely made it easier for us. Just not knowing if they would have another year to come back, or kind of not really knowing how anything played out. We definitely looked to them, and they're just such an incredible class. So it's
Yeah.
super lucky to have them.
What do you guys, so now that everyone's kind of home and stuff, like what do you guys do to stay connected? Do you like a group chat? Or you ever do like Zooms? Like what are you guys doing?
Yeah, we a lot of Zooms. We've actually been meeting with the offense, quite a bit, just doing film on like teams we would have played, and just kind of staying connected that way. And then our group chats, just always blowing up all day, just kind of going back and forth with all the guys. So it's kind of like we haven't left yet, but you got to make the most of it.
Who's the most active guy on the group chat, would you say?
I'm gonna go Will Perry. He's always sending like his memes in and just it's some funny stuff. So definitely him.
That's great, man. Now, what about like alumni? Have you guys connected with alumni since the season's been canceled, or is it mostly just like the guys that are on your current team right now?
Yeah, I mean, I know the more recent alums that graduated, they did something special for the seniors. Like they bought them dinner without them knowing, which was really cool. And it just kind of shows how everyone's so connected. No matter when you really played or graduated, it's just one big extended family. So
Yeah,
that's really, really cool to see, and I know the seniors appreciated that a lot.
yeah, that's awesome, man. That's cool that they stepped up and did that for the seniors. What's the experience been like? Since you got to campus in the fall and Justin to being a part of the team and just going to school down south. Like what for someone that maybe doesn't know much about like day-to-day life as a student athlete at North Carolina, what's it been like for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's been nothing short of amazing. It's just, it's been a great experience, and I'm super grateful. Have had the opportunity to, have met the guys that I met when I got down there, and just have all the experiences, a UNC lacrosse player can have. It's just been great. Classes, I mean, lacrosse. It's at the end of the day, it's all the same. But it's been going well, and I'm, really fortunate to have been there.
Cool, man. How has your game kind of changed over the last year? Each and every year you've been getting better and better, and you've been starting to do different things on the field, and it's been really cool to watch your growth from an outside perspective because of the growth of the media. It's been great, very easy to track like players like yourself who I've seen you play ever since you were like in elementary school, which is cool. Now for you personally, like what was one emphasis where you're like, hey, I gotta improve in this area of my game, and here's kind of how I've done it.
Mm. Yeah, I think a big thing going in for me being a transfer, I kind of wanted to show up and just play my best and just help the guys around me. So with that, it really just came to fitting into Coach Metz's his scheme and just kind of fitting into the whole system, and just getting to learn the guys' tendencies around me. I think was the most important thing. Just so once I figured that out, it just made it a lot easier just to be on the field and have a good idea of what each guy's going to do. But
Mhm.
really, at the end of the day, just trying to help the offense as much as I can.
That's awesome. Yeah, it feels like you guys were clicking early on in the year. What were some things that stood out for you that specifically look really good from an offensive perspective with your boys early on in the season?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many great players on offense. We're such a deep offense that you can put our second line middies in, our first line middies in, or like the second line attack, and you're just going to be firing all cylinders regardless, which has been great. And I think just the unselfishness of the offense is, really just speaks for itself. Everyone gets happy, when someone else is scoring, and there's no really like feelings of jealousy or anything like that. So that's definitely a really special, part about our offense.
Is that something you guys practice, like the unselfish aspect of the game? Like, I think sometimes people see on game day, like the Carolina boys score a goal, they get all hyped up, and like you guys are jumping all over each other. But is it just on game day, or do you kind of see some of that unselfishness like in other areas of your experience at Carolina?
Yeah, I mean, on and off the field, I can't say enough great things about the guys on the team. So the unselfishness off the field is definitely there too. Everyone's so genuine, and from the seniors all the way down to the freshmen, you can really just have a conversation with anyone. That's just, I guess, how close we are, and it really speaks to the culture that Coach Bresci, Coach Metzbauer, and Coach Understein kind of developed there.
Yeah, that's cool, man. It's good to have some Long Island on that staff, right?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
You
Coach
guys had you guys have a connection there?
Yeah, Coach U actually grew up in the same hometown as me, so we're always kind of going back and forth about like our town, and everyone's probably looking at us like we have like eight heads. They have no idea what we're talking about. That's a special connection for sure.
Have you seen uh have you seen clips of him play back in the day?
Yeah, and more recently, I watched him over the summer in the PLL, and
Yeah.
I'm always kind of nagging him if he's ever done one-on-ones with anyone on the team, and he said nope, because I'll either get hurt or someone will get hurt. So he's a funny guy. He's a great coach too. So.
Yeah, no, that's great, man. It's a good crew down there. That's great. Any other Long Island guys on the team that you connect with?
Yeah, Matt Gavin, who was a senior this past year, and Chris Nick, who was a sophomore this past year. The two Long Island guys. I think I'm
Yeah,
not.
Gavin, I know well. He's a Manhasset boy, right?
Yep. Yeah, Gavin's
Yeah,
a great kid, great player. So
yeah, good slick lefty. Who's the other guy? Nick, where's he from?
Chris Nick, he went to Shaman.
He's a Chaminade guy. Okay. Yeah, he doesn't have a town. He's a Chaminade guy.
It's Shaman.
That's cool, man. Yeah, so let's talk about your Shoreham boys. They crushed it last year. What was it like being a part of? They've always had a great program. It's not like it's not like you guys were building something. If anything, you're just a part of kind of like the rebirth and rebuilding of the dominance that they've been over the last 4 years. But it has been have you connected and stayed connected with some of the guys that you've played with in the past? And it's been kind of cool seeing the success of your team ever since you've kind of graduated.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's such a small town that everyone knows everyone. So I've been following them really closely, and I think the things Coach Taylor's done with that team is really special. Great state championship win for our town, and I know those guys are dying to get out on the field this season. So hopefully that works out for them.
Hmm.
But I mean, they have such a great team. I think they only graduated like a few guys, and from Xavier all the way down to the rest of the team. There's just so much talent on that team. I think like half of them are committed. So I definitely really want to see them play this season, and I know I followed them closely last year. Watching their state championship run, it was really special. So I'm really proud of those guys.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I think when you were a senior, what Xavier I guess was a sophomore or a freshman maybe.
Yeah, he's a freshman. He was a
Oh
freshman.
wow, that's crazy. So you played. He probably played what also in eighth grade too. So you played
Yeah,
with him 2 years.
he played.
Gotcha. That's why. Isn't that crazy? He's a senior now.
I know, it's wild. I mean, even after like his second, third season in high school, I was like, dude, haven't you graduated yet? You have like more points than anyone on the island combined.
Oh
So,
man, it's great. It's so true. Makes you feel old too a little bit.
seriously, yeah.
That's cool. So yeah, like the season's cut short, which sucks. College definitely a little bit of a different place than high school because they just kind of canceled everything, which is understandable. There's a lot more that goes into the logistics of the college season and whatnot. But with high school still kind of up in the air, there's still a possibility it'll come back, which is great. But now college students are home, so you kind of figured out what to do day to day. Like what's kind of like your itinerary been like, when you wake up in the morning to when you go to sleep at night in order to like just stay sharp and prepared while, I'm sure you wish you were going and competing against Duke or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's an unusual time for sure. It's weird, kind of signing on to classes and seeing all your classmates on like their faces on computers. But I mean, my day's, pretty much the same each day. I have access to a gym in my town, which has been great. So that's been keeping me sane. So kind of just start off there in the morning and then get home and kind of just get the stick in my hand in the backyard and go to class like it's a normal day. And it's kind of just, it's been a weird adjustment for sure. But I mean, the professors do a great job kind of getting the same material out, making it easy for the students. So it's been easy.
Yeah, it's good. It's definitely been an adjustment period. Did you get a chance to play in the rivalry game against Duke? Had you played them yet?
We didn't get to play any of the ACC teams, which was pretty unfortunate. You know, the guys say those are the best games, and kind of missed out on that. But excited to do it next year.
Yeah, but yeah, you get another go at it. I think that's the toughest part, right? Like the experience that you look forward to the most, just kind of you lose out on for the time being, and then obviously for some seniors, who knows when if they'll ever get to do that again, which I think is the hardest part about this. But for you, it's cool. You'll get that second go at it again, and another chance to get it going. Going into I guess now going into next year for you, what are some things that are keeping you motivated and focused and kind of, I guess, a little bit like determined to continue to improve your game because it's gonna be a while before you get to get another like competition in.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, the goal is kind of the same for every team. That's to win a championship. We obviously didn't get to accomplish that this season. So really just kind of working towards that goal. I know the rest of the team is kind of on the same page, and same with the coaching staff. We're all just, chomping at the bit to get back and, work towards our goal, which we had last season. So really just the fact that, we really haven't proved anything or earned anything yet kind of keeps our whole team going.
Yeah, no doubt. And one thing I like to always leave our conversations with when a young guy's watching this and they looked up to someone like you and they get to see you and learn from you, what's maybe a piece of advice you could drop for like a young kid or even a kid in high school that's going through the recruiting who might look up to someone like you that plays at the highest level?
Yeah, I mean, I would just say stay patient. Keep working hard. You always want to be the hardest working guy in the room. And going off the stay patient thing, the recruiting process can be stressful. I know I myself, I wasn't really heavily recruited in high school until like maybe towards the end or when I got into college. So just stay patient and keep working hard, and good things will come.
Good stuff. Chris, it's always a pleasure, man, and we wish you nothing but the best here moving forward.
Appreciate it, Corey. Thanks for having me.
All right, man. Stay healthy.
See you later.